And hello YouTube, this is Thomas Judge back once again, and I'm continuing our ongoing series till the Fabled end. But now we're in the spin-offs. We're not really doing Fables anymore. We did the first 15 Fables deluxe oversized editions. We've done Jack of Fables, and now we're on another spin-off. This is called Fairest, and you may or may not have heard of this. It's a spin-off of Fables. It's about Fabletown citizens, but it's specifically about the women. It's about the female heroines in the series, so people like Cinderella, people like Briar Rose, things like that. And it's interesting. I'm keen to check it out. We're not going to be looking at a hardcover today because it's only been collected in trade paperbacks. I have the trade paperbacks. I'm not going to show them because what's the point of showing those in a video? And it's easy to just record a video like this and slightly better audio this way. So yeah, what the hell? Anyway, let's get into it. Fairest is essentially a series of mini-series, and the series ended. It started towards the end of Fables. It ended after Fables. It's 32 issues long, technically speaking, but we'll talk that through. And it's collected in essentially six collected editions or six trade paperbacks that you can pick up. But again, it's a little bit odd because the last one's a bit of a strange one. We'll get to that when we get to it. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about Fairest in these weekly videos. And for each week, I'm going to talk about one trade paperback. Today, we're talking about the first trade paperback, which is volume one of Fairest, which is called Wide Awake. What to say about this? It's written by Bill Willingham, so the guy behind Fables, at least to start with. It contains 7 issues, and that's slightly unusual for a trade paperback. They normally contain 6 issues. Now, in this case, it contains 7 issues. The first 6 are written by Bill Willingham, and they comprise a single self-contained arc called Wide Awake, which is the name of the trade paperback itself. And those 6 issues are basically about Briar Rose and Snow Queen, who you'll remember basically the last time we saw them was in issues Fables 107, 108, I think. Basically, long story short, Briar Rose gets kidnapped by the Goblin Army in that story, and this is what happens to her next, and what happens with the Ice Queen, the Snow Queen, next as well. Um, it's got good art and it's got good writing. Like this is like solid Bill Willingham in his stride writing. I really enjoyed it. The story was good. The narrative was good. It was a solid, good 6 issue arc. And at the end, it explains something which I'd kind of taken for granted in the Fables stories. There's a thing in the Fables hardcovers where at one point Briar Rose has a magic car, and the magic car is like an evil demon thing. I'm not going to give any more spoilers than that. And long story short, I was kind of like, okay, she has a magic car, that's an evil demon thing, fine. Well, that magic car and the evil demon thing is explained here within the first Fairest arc, that first 6 issue arc, Wide Awake. The arc itself is also just good. It's enjoyable. And yeah, I liked reading it. The artwork itself was good. The writing was good. It's a bit of a shame it hasn't been collected as a hardcover. It's not even a normal standard size hardcover, let alone collected in oversize. But I have to say, it is a promising and strong start. And if the rest of Fairest continues in this vein, I'm afraid we're going to be looking at some custom binds. I have to say, this would be some good custom binds for my shelf. I'll point out right now, Fairest is already substantially better than Jack of Fables. I'll tell you that right now. So that's the first issue, first 6 issues of Fairest, comprising the story arc Wide Awake. But there is a 7th issue collected in this trade paperback, and that's issue 7, which is just called Lamia or Lamia. I'm not quite sure how it's pronounced. Um, this isn't written by Bill Willingham. This is written by, I want to say Matthew Sturgis, whoever that is. The name sounds vaguely familiar, but I can't remember what from. Lamia is really interesting. The artwork is very different from the first 6 issues. The tone is very different. It's kind of a um, noir 1940s, 90s, 50s kind of hard-boiled detective story. Um, that's fine. Got no problem with that. I like it as a gimmick. I wouldn't necessarily read like dozens of issues of it like that, but this is just a one-off. The artwork works for this one-off issue. The interesting thing about this is the story. The story in this is fascinating. I wouldn't say it was hard to follow, but there was so many twists and turns that I ended up rereading several pages several times. I don't want to give any spoilers, but what I would say is that this story, Lamia, contains such a massive, shocking plot twist, revelation, retcon type thing for the Fables that really it completely changes everything about the Fables. It makes me, I wonder what it'd be like now going back and reading the original Fables, having read this, having read issue 7 of Fairest. It's such a shocking kind of denouement or revelation that I really wonder, like, is this in continuity? Is this actually a thing? I mean, maybe I end up being wrong, who knows? But whoa. If you're interested in Fables at all, I would strongly recommend tracking this issue down, if nothing else. Of course, I'd recommend tracking down the entire and whole trade paperback, all 7 issues, because they are good. And yeah, that's my review. I'll keep it short, I'll keep it sweet. Fairest, trade paperback, Volume 1, Wide Awake. I enjoyed it. Good art, good writing. The 7th issue, not written by Bill Willingham, is like, pow! Like, you just need to read it. Um, Surprised this hasn't been made into a hardcover. If the rest of the issues are this good, custom bind is incoming. Yeah, Fairest, definitely would recommend. Definitely better than Jack of Fables. That's all. Thanks for watching, and catch everyone next time. Stay classy. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. As always, please like, comment, subscribe. As always, please follow me on Twitter at I am Thomas Judge, where I will post a daily review of whatever comics I've been reading. You can get an idea of what I'm up to on the channel. And as always, please support the channel by heading over to Amazon.com and checking out my prose novel about superheroes. It's a completely original piece of work. The first episode in it is called Arrivals, and the series as a whole is called No Gods or Kings. You can find an excerpt of that on my website, nogodsorkings.com. Until next time, everybody, stay classy.